Hi, so I'm late.
This is yours. Hold on. This is all casual.
This is so surreal. I was just fully asleep. Good morning.
It's so good to see you again. We are very excited to talk about the new album, of course, your 10th album. But let's start right now. We're in Malibu. This is the epicenter of pretty much every earthquake that's happened in California recently. How does Chris Martin handle earthquakes?
I haven't actually noticed them.
What?
Although I have been here, so it makes me a bit worried about my sense of sense.
Yeah.
Everyone keeps saying, "Oh, did you feel that earthquake?" And I say, "No, not at all."
Because there's been like 10 of them in this area
Right.
in the last week. You have not felt one.
No, that's.
I think it's because you've done so much for the earth. You love the earth so much.
That's
that
very
the earth,
sweet.
The earth doesn't want to disrupt you.
That's very sweet. I think the last one was about 2 miles away.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll keep a lookout.
Yeah. Guys sleeping right through them. So we're celebrating, of course, Moon Music, and it's the 10th album.
Well,
and
we're celebrating you guys being here.
Well,
we're
yes.
celebrating everything, really.
Celebrating it all, and all of us together, and you
Yeah.
opening up your doors to us. But
It's
I want
very
to get a
funny
sense.
to have you all in. This is where I work every day. You see,
It's amazing.
this is the
Well, Moon
breaking.
Music was recorded here mostly,
A lot of
right?
it, yeah, and in so many other places too on tour. But yes, all the sort of nerdy stuff happens in this room.
But
the most.
like you've told us many times on KROQ over the years, you have this amazing way of hearing sounds wherever you may be in the world, grabbing your phone out, saving them,
Yeah.
not knowing where you'll use them or if you'll
Yeah.
use them at all.
Yep.
But then they're there for you, and you come back and like we all dump photos after a trip. You'll
Yep.
go through all the sounds, and some of those sounds are, I'm sure, in the album.
Yeah, sounds and voice memos, and so found sounds and then ideas for songs. And this morning something came through. I woke up and it was a song called Trillionaire, and I'm like, I can't sing a song called Trillionaire, but I had to record it anyway. It might never get used, but that's a pact I made with myself that if an idea comes, I'll record it.
But when you get an idea like that, are you exploring it musically, or are you just kind of exploring it in your head and
Yeah.
lyrically?
Well, something like that. It's a dance song, and I guess it's trying to say, if I could value your worth in terms of love and beauty, if that equaled money, I'd be. But I was like, this is just terrible. So, but I've told you now on KROQ. So, but that I don't think that song will ever even make it to the rest of the band.
And now hit it on KROQ, Trillionaire, world premiere.
Yeah.
So, Chris, here we are. Your 10th album is about to drop, and I just want to get a sense of how you feel compared to when your first album, when Parachutes came out, back in early 2000, compared to how you feel right now.
Yeah.
10th album out. Do you still have the pressure? Do you still have the pre-release pressure? Will the audience love it? I mean, you go all over the place with this album, but how are you feeling right now?
Well, that's a great question because we're a bit older and we're not novel anymore to anybody. There's no reason really for anyone to go and seek out a new Coldplay album, except that this one's really good. so these are songs that we really love and have, collected over the last few years. And all I can say is it's something we need to make. So I don't know if anyone's going to like it, but we needed to make it.
Well, we've had a chance to listen to it, thankfully, and already, I mean, I noticed how different every single song is, and you always have really pushed genre. I mean, you've done R&B, you've done hip hop.
Whoa.
I mean, come on, you've done a lot of different
we
genres.
We haven't done R&B and done it. Like, you mean we've had flavors of?
Yes, in a
I don't
way.
want to look at Travis Scott and say, hey, we both do hip hop, right?
I mean,
no, we
you
incorporate
dabble.
lots of colors for sure.
Right. So, I mean, when is the Coldplay country album coming out?
That's a great question. Well, Beyonce did hers, didn't she?
Exactly. I mean, are there any country artists you'd ever want to collaborate with?
No, but an idea did come through for a country song yesterday, but that wasn't very good either.
Oh, man. I can't wait for all the album of all the rejected songs.
Yeah,
there's a guy, but I can't remember. Miguel might remember. There's a piano player that Brian Eno turned me on to who I'll try and remember by the end of this episode and I like to try and play piano like him. He does a thing where he rolls. Instead of playing like he rolls like everything's like
Wow.
and I like to play like that.
We didn't want to make you stand up, so we brought you that so you could
thank
play
you
on
very
that
much.
during the
Yeah.
interview as well.
That's
That's
okay.
there you go. You're
Yeah,
feeling
that's
it.
well. I think we
Doesn't
could
have
take
nearly
this on.
the
Take
right
this on
sound,
tour.
right?
Yeah,
was
that's
two.
fantastic.
Yeah, that's what you get for the TikTok shop.
Thank
It didn't
you.
really. That was a great prop.
That's
So
great.
your tour that you're still continuing to be on right now. You have been doing little surprises where you've been debuting some of the songs from Moon Music on the tour.
Allegedly, yeah.
Allegedly, in other countries, unexpected stops.
Right.
And then in Vienna, you did something that was very interesting, and I think a lot of people go, Chris Martin and Coldplay are playing a Taylor Swift song.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And it was
well, we
unexpected.
need hits too. You see. Yeah. So
Trillionaire's not going to get you that
The easiest
far.
thing is just to play one of hers.
You were embraced so overwhelmingly by those fans. Did Taylor appreciate that at all? Did she thank you? Did she get wind of it?
She sent me $7 million and
Nice.
and a card that just says "I'm the best," but thank you for trying. No, well, that was a very strange set of circumstances, and that was, of course, out of respect for Taylor, and also for all those people that were supposed to go to a show, and then couldn't because of some naughty people.
Mm-hmm.
You've also been playing some of your new album in other places,
Right.
Incognito in Vegas
Allegedly.
at a karaoke bar. Yeah, allegedly. In Disguise,
Allegedly,
you
yeah.
allegedly sang All My Love, but
In
Chris,
a karaoke bar.
This can't be the first time you've gone out in public in disguise. Is there another time that you've been out in disguise and none of us knew?
Well, if you're talking about what happened on Saturday,
Yeah.
I don't know who that guy is.
I see.
If you look on IMDb, it says Nigel Haverstock.
Yeah.
Sounds a
I guess
lot
he's-
like you.
I guess he's an act. He sounds a lot like me.
Great
yeah.
voice.
He. I don't know who he is. I don't know. I wasn't here. I was in Las Vegas. That is true.
Yes.
But
But not there.
I would never do karaoke for free.
If someone is, because I'm sure you've heard plenty of Coldplay karaoke over the years, what is the song that you recommend people do and the song you recommend they stay away from?
In karaoke?
Yeah. Us amateurs when we're trying to experience the...
I think the best song to probably do of ours is a song called Sky Full of Stars. Because it still sounds good when you're drunk, and even I can't sing it very well. So, by the way, what's your name, sir? Robert. What I'm so grateful for in 2024, amidst all the troubles of the world, is that most of the community of Earth is coming together. For example, you're wearing a Limp Bizkit t-shirt in Coldplay studio, and it's totally great. You know what I mean? And that's the world I dream about.
Yeah.
But for real, because when we first played it in America, the KROQ, not Weenie Roast, the Christmas
Acoustic
one.
Christmas.
Yeah. The idea of someone being fans of both of those bands at that time was really weird to people. And now it's just not. And that is proof, in my world at least, that things are moving in such a lovely direction in a lot of places. Not everywhere, but...
Well, you've done so much to bring people together and also to almost heal the planet. I want to say on a Bono-like level, where you've almost made it your mission. On this new record, the albums are actually made from old recycled water bottles. You're making
they are.
actual
Yeah.
albums. So if anyone says this is trash, you can say, no, it would have been
It
trash.
was trash.
Was trash.
Yeah. And if you throw it away, it'll be trash
Right,
again.
it'll be trash. But that's amazing that you found new ways in the shows with people on the bikes to power, and you've cut the carbon emissions by a ridiculous amount on your tours.
Right, but the truth is that's not us being any different to any other human who just wants to try and clean up their workplace, basically. And what we've been so lucky with on this tour is that we've invited and then attracted lots of people who come up with these brilliant ideas. So a lot of our vinyl this time, we're only making a limited amount, but a lot of it was picked up in rivers in Indonesia and Malaysia, where we own these boats called river cleanup boats. And they were invented by this guy called Boyan Slat, this young Dutch guy, who also has made this thing called ocean cleanup. So we're not doing anything except just helping someone else do what their idea was. And that's what I feel our job is right now, is to just help uncover brilliant people and put them in front of other people.
Can you just, for us regular at-home recyclers, is there just one thing that maybe you forgot to break down an Amazon box and you accidentally put it in the trash? Like, you forgot to bring your own bags to the grocery store. Like, there's got to be something that Chris Martin has accidentally done that was not
kidding?
good for the planet.
I'm the worst of all people. That's why I have to sing these songs. And no, but for real, all of these positive messages and trying to, unite things and trying not to hate anybody. That's all stuff I need to hear too. So I mess up all the time. Of course, I'm human. Everybody does. And so in answer to your question, every time I throw away a bottle, I know I'm being an idiot, or even handing out balloons. My mum, I told her the next day, and my mum said, well, those are single-use plastic. You kind of fucked up.
Your mom shames you?
She shames me on an almost daily basis.
Oh, that's good. It's good parenting right there.
But
we asked these lovely people here. These are questions from some of your many fans that are here today, KROQ listeners, and let's go ahead. We'll get through as many of these as we can, but Chris is going to die of heat stroke.
May I just like to say one thing?
Yes.
I apologize, because in America, everything is so compartmentalized in terms of radio categories. We've never been a rock band, and I'm very grateful to KROQ for pretending that we have been this whole time, because we're just not. And so thank you, all you rock people, for allowing the softest of rockers onto KROQ. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Yeah. Talking of someone who's been with us the whole time.
Kevin Weatherly.
Great Kevin
Yeah.
Weatherly.
Legend.
Well, Kevin and a lady called Lisa, they were really the people that first played us in America before anyone else would. And without them, we definitely wouldn't be here. So...
we
That's
did that all
beautiful.
as a slow play so that we could come here and eat tacos at your studio.
well,
Yeah,
it
we're
was-
not going to let you forget it, Chris.
It worked. Yeah.
It was well worth it.
All right, here's a question from the crowd here. What song from the new album are you most excited for us to hear? Which is your favorite?
Well, that's a good question. It's one kind of big piece, but most of it is centered around a song called "All My Love." Yeah, that's
the one that guy did karaoke.
Yeah, Nigel. Yeah, he did that,
Yeah.
and that's gonna, I guess, be our single. That's basically our final single, because after that we won't really do singles anymore, and that feels like a good one to finish on. And it's between you and me, it's a nice song.
I've heard it is a beautiful song. I think definitely a wedding song.
Was this worth the drive just to hear? Okay.
Are you kidding me? Don't clap.
Stop
This
clapping.
guy's ears are very important. Stop it.
I'm just tired. I'm so sorry.
All right, what Coldplay song do you hold the closest to your heart, and why?
Well, probably the song "Yellow," because that opened the door for everything else. Yeah, but they're all, anyone who asks that will say the same thing, is that any song that makes it out of here is pretty special to us.
Speaking of special songs, what inspired the song "We Pray"? People are just hearing it for the first time.
Oh yeah, that's from Ivan M.
Who's Ivan?
Hey Ivan, how you doing, man? What's your name? Oh yeah, Ivan. I was going to say, how are you? And I love that you have different color. See, this is what I'm talking about. People becoming themselves. It's the way of the world going. It's the way of the world is going to be okay. Look at that.
because of the
Beautiful.
different laces?
Just because we're in a place right now where you're free to be yourself, and you're not going to hurt anyone else if you're free to be yourself. That's my theory. We Pray is a good story. So, of course, like everybody else on earth, I was a bit depressed about everything. And it felt a little despondent. And this was, I'm going to say, last November. And we were on tour in Taiwan, which itself has extra struggles. And I woke up in the middle of the night, and this song just was ready to go in my head, which is unusual. It doesn't often appear that fully formed. And it said, I'm called We Pray, and you need to get out of bed and work me out right now.
You're like, I'm tired.
Yeah, I was a bit like I am right now, a bit half asleep. And but I could hear, okay, I get it. And so I went to various instruments that were in the hotel room and worked out what to do. And immediately it said what it wanted to be, which was a song where there's a space for people from other continents to talk about what they pray there. Because the point of the song is, I think, that everybody is asking for the same stuff. Even your enemy is asking for this. So there's not really any actual difference between most people at the end of the day.
And the collaboration piece, does that come after the song then?
No, that came completely with it. It said this song, there's an artist called Little Sims who's on the first version. That's her second verse. It said, you've got to ask Burna Boy to sing this bit. You've got to ask Little Sims to do a verse. Then you've got to ask this girl, Tini, from Argentina. And then you have to ask someone who is Arabic. And then you have to do another version, which we'll release in about 10 days, with a blank second verse so that anyone can put their verse on. Yeah.
All right. What would you say the goal is for every concert experience?
Yes. The goal for every concert with Coldplay or in general?
Let's talk
Actually,
about
it actually
Lil
doesn't
Wayne.
specify.
Let's do Lil Wayne.
Well, I think with
Focus
Lil
on that.
Wayne,
Yeah.
you should leave slightly more confident and stoned and in love with the world than you were 2 hours ago.
Okay,
Great
that's
answer.
great.
Yeah.
How about Coldplay? Same question.
Well, basically the same. And I think we have a very clear sense of that. We'd like it if you left our concert to feel that you're free to be yourself and therefore everyone else is free to be themselves and you have a little more hope than you might have had 2 hours ago. In the goodness of people, not the band, but people. Because in these big shows these days, it's really one of the only places on earth now that people are there from so many different kinds of background and sexuality and gender and race and color, everything. And there's no problem. And this is like 80,000 people, which is crazy.
Yeah.
So even without the band, that in itself is something that should lift you up to be a bit less scared of the other. And most of our problems come from being scared of the other or things we don't actually know. For example, all of this bullshit about immigrants. Like, well, go and meet some people who's an immigrant. For example, your own grandparents.
Right.
And ask them about their experience. And you'll understand these are human people who are either desperate or really talented or just like you. And so I feel like one of our roles is to remove fear. And the other one is just to hopefully give anyone that likes Coldplay music a wonderful time.
And same for Lil Wayne.
Same for Lil Wayne.
And stay for Lil Wayne.
And
Or
same.
Yeah,
Last,
Lil Wayne is
last
fantastic.
question. This is from Allison.
All
And
right.
then we're going to listen to some music, and that's why we're really
we can
all
do
here,
whatever you
right?
want. I'm
This is
not
from
going anywhere.
Allison. What helps you focus when you're creating your music?
Everything, life, and I just love music so much, and it's completely my obsession. And even when it's supposed to be a day off, poor old, you see Miguel, there's people that are like, oh geez, he's going to want to work today. So I'm just naturally focused on it. I don't need to really try to focus on it.
Man,
May
what's
we
that
ask
like?
this young lady, what's your name? Angel, right. Adriana, but when you're in your secret human disguise. Okay. Is there anything you want to ask just because their outfit merits attention?
You answered my question.
I did? Okay, cool.
Yeah, I was going to ask about the concert experience.
Oh, there we go. That's great. I'm so happy that you're dressed in that
You
outfit.
met her in Tampa, Florida. You put her up on stage.
Oh, okay. There we go. I was so high. I can't remember.
Of all,
Yeah.
one more time. I don't want to clap because it bothers Chris's ears, but to have us here in
That
your
makes me
studio.
sound like such a dick.
No, not really.
can-
We crave attention. No one claps for us ever, so we just want to bask in the glory that is you. But thank you for the new album, and thank you for the relationship with KROQ over the years.
Are you kidding?
And thank you for continuing to bring, as you've said, you've brought so many, just all of these people together today, and this is a moment that all
Thank you
these
for
people
my
will
job,
remember.
KROQ.
Oh,
Yeah, you can clap. It's totally
great.
fine.
Oh,
But,
A lot of wooing. Get them going.
I'll tell you what it is. When I'm a bit tired and run down, which I am today, because it's been intense, I get a thing called tinnitus or tinnitus. So my ears are ringing a lot. But that's fine. But it passes. It's
Well,
okay.
thanks for letting us wake you up. This was the
Yeah.
highlight for us for sure. And Moon Music, we're going to listen to some on KROQ now. But of course, the album available. Get it. And let's go ahead and now
Or don't
enjoy-
get it.
Or don't get it.
Yeah.
But if you don't get it, you're killing the planet.
My
right?
advice is do whatever feels good to you.